Hey y'all, I'm Shauna. Welcome in or welcome back. Today I'm going to be making the case for staples. Why I believe that finding staples or becoming a staple person can make you a conscious consumer and help you save money. By staples, though, I mean like consumable products like skincare items, beauty items, things that you use regularly. I'm going to make this case first, and then in the second half of the video, I'm going to share some of mine. I asked if y'all were interested in seeing some of my staple products in a recent video. So many of you said yes. I was a little surprised, but I'm making that happen today, but I'm putting my conscious consumer twist on it. So let's get started. And the first thing we need to do is differentiate between a staple and a favorite. And there's a reason for this. A favorite is a product that you just love or enjoy. That's fairly simple. A staple, however, fits that. Plus, it's something that you can afford to buy as often as you need to replace it. A mascara is going to be replaced every 2 to 6 months ish. Your hand lotion might be replaced every 6 months, or maybe you use a lip liner that's replaced once a year. But however long it takes you to use it up, you are able to regularly afford to buy this product. I've lived with this distinction for 4 or 5 years now, and it's really helped me come to suss out what I really like, what's a staple. And I think the distinction is extra important if you're somebody who's trying to be a conscious consumer, or also if you're somebody on a budget, if you're trying to cut back on your expenses, or if you're just trying to change your buying or shopping habits. I think that deciding that you want to be a staple person, that now is the time. I'm a staple gal. I think that a mindset shift happens when we do this, or we can use this to create a mindset shift to think differently about how we consume. So I want to use a personal example. Before my no-buy year, one of my favorite things to do was to try new products. It was that reason why I had almost 100 nail polishes, roughly 20 foundations. I could not have gone through all of the foundations I had before they expired, which to me is a really true indicator that I was just interested in trying stuff. One of the reasons why I justified trying so many products was this belief that there's always something better out there. Maybe there's a more nourishing hand lotion, or maybe there's a serum that will clear my skin better than the one that I was already using, or a more glossy lip gloss. I had very few staple products because that meant that I could continuously try new things. And that was kind of the mentality I had in most consumable areas. My collection was truly bloated because I was always trying new things and I was always interested, or I had this mindset that there could always be something else better, out there. And if you believe that, then you won't be satisfied until you try everything, and it's not possible to try everything. So it's just kind of this cycle that will never end. Now, let's talk about some of the benefits of staples, why I think it could lead to a positive change. Number one, you're thinking about makeup or buying stuff less. You're out shopping, looking for things to try less. Because if you're you know what, I'm now a staple person, I'm going to find staples or have staples in the following categories, because you don't have to have them for everything. I don't have a staple blush. I don't have a staple bronzer. I can use one bronzer at a time, but I don't have a staple bronzer. I don't have a staple eyeshadow palette. But I do have staple skincare, in every category. Some things I'll trade out a little bit more because I'll need more moisture in the winter, less in the summer. But there's still 1 or 2 items in even those cases. I don't go out just looking for skincare anymore. And if you find staples, you won't either. Or at least that's the hope. And with that, you won't be constantly bringing in new products to try. If you have a category that you would like a staple, but you don't currently have one, there are ways to go about finding that without bringing in 5 or 10 products at once. I really believe that it limits how much we bring in, because I think it also creates this satisfaction with what we own. It creates an appreciation of what we have. I have this great body lotion. I'm not going to go out looking for more, because a staple, I feel like a staple in and of itself is appreciation that something is amazing. It works well and you'll love it. I do think that being a staple person means that you try makeup for fun less, you do that less. And when you do try stuff for fun, you know that you're trying that thing for fun and you go in with that intention. This is a for fun purchase. Trying new products can just be a money pit, and it can also be an excuse. The downside or caveat of becoming a staple person is that it can also become an excuse to try stuff. Oh, I'm going to try this because it can be a staple. You can still do that, so that is something to be careful for. But I think it happens less if you already have things that you love and use. You're very cognizant about it. Like, what your staples are. It keeps those products top of mind. So even if you're like, let's say you're scrolling at Sephora and you see some new mascaras, you're like, yeah, I already have these 3 that I really love. And it can stop you from making these impulse purchases. If you buy something with intentionality of it being a staple, as in, I think that this has good potential to become a staple, then in my opinion, that comes with the intention of, I've considered this thing, I know enough about it to believe that I would like it, is number one. And then number two, I am buying it with the expectation of using it or finishing it. Sure, we can't be perfect, not everything's going to work out, but there's that extra layer of intentionality that wasn't there before if you weren't shopping this way. Before. One piece of advice that a subscriber gave me, I think 3 years ago now, that I have stuck to and has served me really well, is that when you are looking for a new product, I've mostly applied this to staples. So we'll say when you're looking for a new staple, start with the cheapest option and then work your way up. I did this with cleansers, moisturizers, hair products, and some powders in specific. And I have found some great things in the cheapest categories. Other things didn't work and I went to more expensive ones. I think more than anything, it gives you a system in place for how to go about finding something. And you also, if you are looking for staples, you don't need to be a store. Stores already exist. You don't have to be a storage facility. So you can buy 1 to 2 things at a time, try it, use it, and then, okay, I didn't love it or it's just okay. And then you can go on to the next thing. Maybe you try other things in that price point. If there are others available, maybe you go up in price, but it will take time, but you can find the staples. Even if you don't like my method for finding a staple, I do suggest that you create a method and then move systematically through it. Perhaps we're going to focus on new products, or maybe you already have wish list items, or maybe you want to try things from a specific brand first. Do that and then go on to the next one. Lastly, and this is something I've already kind of touched on, but I think it's worth reiterating and fleshing out, is that having staple products can help you say no to new releases, to hot new products. It's okay to want stuff and to want new things, but if you have stuff that you already use and love already, you already have a really high bar, and it can give you something to weigh other things against. There are other products in the market that I know I won't love because I have a staple foundation. These are its attributes. It has a great shade range. It has really high coverage. It has a really strong mattifying feature to it. Those are things I love about it. If you don't hit those 3 things, then I'm probably not going to like you and you're not worth my time. I also think that one of the mental hurdles you might have to get around is where to stop. Eventually drawing a line in the sand, because I was saying earlier, there are always going to be new products. And if you have this mentality of there always could be a better X, there always could be something that does this thing better, or more mattifying foundation, a more moisturizing moisturizer. You can just run yourself into circles and then you'll never be satisfied. And part of this whole staples is realizing that this is the thing that you really love. And sometimes you may have to buy a dud in order to really appreciate how amazing something is. And then, it's the staple, it's the thing. So now we're going to get into my staples. And if you were here just for the why you should develop staples chat, then now is your time to leave. If you want to hear about some of my staples, stick around. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is actually not a consumable product. It's I think technically like a fashion product. And it's this bra from Boody. I don't know that you can like necessarily see it that well because it's black. I'm not gonna get too close. This bra is old, okay? It's like 4 years old. But it is in great condition. It's the very first bra that I pick up out of the like clean laundry, so it's good. I'm mentioning this now because I'm 90% sure that they are going to have a Black Friday sale. I have two. I have the black one and a nude one. The nude one is in the wash. And they have two versions of this. They have one with the padding and one without the padding. If you know like right off the bat that you don't like padding, don't buy it. But if you're not sure, I would suggest go with the padding and then you can always take it out if you're not a fan. I like the way that this looks more without padding. So when I buy more, then I will buy them without the padding. This has been top of mind because I've been very much needing new bras and I plan to buy 2 more, potentially 3 depending on the sale this Black Friday. I think bras and underwear can definitely be staples and socks. Those are the things that out of fashion items you buy more. So this is excellent. We're going to go to skincare first and then we'll go to makeup second. CeraVe moisturizer. This is like the day cream that I have. It's their ultra light moisturizer, SPF 30. This is a truly awesome moisturizer. It does have like that sunscreen scent. So that is something to be aware of. It rubs in really well and the finish is really nice. I do like the Neutrogena Hydro Boost and I have purchased that probably like 4 or 5 over the last year and a half. Not 5, probably 3 or 4. That one just had a lot of fragrance and I was looking for something a little bit nicer and I was also suspecting it was breaking me out. I like this one more. That one, they're not totally comparable because that one is glowy. This one is not, but this formula is really awesome. And the matte finish is not like a suck your skin matte. I feel like a soft matte. An absolute crap product from CeraVe. It's the first CeraVe product I haven't liked. Skin Renewing Day Cream. This is the worst day cream I've ever tried. Worst. This was the first one I tried after the Hydro Boost. It had great reviews. I was shocked. And since it didn't work out, I went and bought the other CeraVe one. It is too mattifying for me and it makes my skin look flaky and dry when it's not. I just had to mention that. Also, the CeraVe SA cleanser, I knew that I really liked it. I knew that it was great. And then when it was sold out, I bought this Cetaphil one. It's like a direct competitor. I'm about, I don't think halfway, like maybe here. I don't like this one as much. I like the other CeraVe one more. I think this one is marginally cheaper by like maybe $2. I would buy the CeraVe one. Even if the CeraVe one was $5 more expensive, I would still buy it. It just is way more effective. It smells better. The texture is better. I'm just overall a fan. And that's kind of what I was mentioning when you try products. Sometimes you try one and you realize that it's great or good. And then it's by trying a new product, you realize, no, it wasn't like a 7.5. It was actually a 10 out of 10. rosehip oil. I had tried this in the past, like 2020, 2021. I finished my tube, my bottle, and then left it alone, picked it up again because I was like, no, I remember that being good. I don't know why I don't own it. And I love it even more. Another one where taking a break made me realize how much I really love to enjoy this product. And this product is becoming like even more favored in like helping me get longevity out of my skincare, because some of my products have been too drying for this time of year / I overused the retinol. Okay, I did. So my skin was super flaky, super dry. So I've been able to like put this in with my nighttime moisturizer that like ordinarily would be too drying and like makes it work well. I also love the way that this looks on my skin. There's like no particular brand that you need to buy with this, just rosehip oil. I think it is just awesome. I have oily skin and I still love it. I love it so much. I bought the like 120 ml bottle. This guy came out of nowhere. Never heard of this before. Bought this because it was like basically the cheapest at the drugstore. I just finished this. This is empty. It's hanging out here because I'm going to do an empties video. And so I tried this. Hold on, I gotta like, my hands are dry. You don't need a lot and it's just so good. I have an Aveeno hand lotion that's going to finish soon too. When that finishes, there's going to be like one in my bedroom, one in my bathroom. And it just like smells like shea butter. Big fan. I have a deodorant here. I have two. I have an Old Spice deodorant and then I have this one. I don't remember what the Old Spice deodorant is called, but I know it when I'll see it. And then this guy here. For 2 years, I struggled to find a deodorant that worked. I was trying different brands, like got off the natural brands, and then was trying like Secret and Dove, I think, and then the other one. Not Degree. What's like the other one besides Secret? Anyways, none of those were working for me. I was like smelling and it was just bad. And so I tried the Old Spice one and then I picked up the Degree one specifically because I've used those other brands and they weren't working and the Old Spice one was sold out. And this, it's like Degree 72-hour fresh energy. Awesome. I now have two deodorants that I really like and I struggled for 2 years. I tried like 6 deodorants and they all sucked. So now I have two options. One is sold out, get the other one. Okay, we're getting into the beauty stuff and this product here is, I feel like a cusp item. It could be skincare. It could be beauty. Okay, here's, I don't know if this is like Cicaplast or what. This is La Roche-Posay, so it's French. I don't think chica is a word. I don't know. How do you say this? French speakers, how do you say this? This is a lip balm, and it's like a nighttime lip balm. It's a barrier repairing balm. I use this at nighttime. You don't need a lot, and it has the like, you know, the nub. This is like $9. And as far as lip balms go, I mean, it's expensive, more expensive than like the cheapest lip balm. But I tried a Burt's Bees lip balm, didn't like it. I have tried several other like lower end lip balms. No. I tried O'Keeffe's. I don't know what, there was another squeeze one, didn't like it. So tried this one. And I really like it. When I finish this tube, I'm going to buy another one. I do not like having to stick my finger into a lip balm and then put it on my mouth. That just like doesn't feel hygienic. And so this is better. It's also fragrance free, which I do like. I mean, I'm not somebody who's particular about fragrance in makeup, but fragrance and lipstick, like you ingest your lipstick. So I'm appreciative of a lip product without fragrance and it just works well. I was just so tired of my what? Oh my god, the Laneige balm. I was so tired of that. Like everyone raves about it, and I'm like, this is just so mediocre. There's got to be something else out there. Turns out the price on that is pretty great. And I've had like some difficulty finding something that like feels as good that is cheaper. I don't know if this is necessarily cheaper, but I prefer this. There are different textures. Like this one is much thicker, Laneige one is thinner. But I like the delivery. It does what it's supposed to do. I wake up and my mouth isn't dry. So I'm a real fan. Okay, the e.l.f. HD Powder and Soft Luminance. Finished my Maybelline Fit Me powder. This is around the same price, maybe like $1 or $2 cheaper. I tried it. Love it way more. Love it. Like I tried the Laura Mercier powder as well. I've tried Hourglass powder. I've tried a handful over the years. Glossier powder. This one is the best, and I've just like, it's the staple. I don't need to try anything else. It looks amazing, specifically for my like eyes and my under eyes. I've noticed that a lot of the powders just like exaggerate the creasing under my eyes. This doesn't. It's like the best that I found, and I will use it on my face occasionally if like the makeup is just not mattifying. So it does work on both, but I found it or got interested in it because of the under eye, like how it makes it look. And I will be buying a backup of this hopefully during like e.l.f. sale. I'm gonna also hopefully buy a backup of this guy, which I'm gonna talk about next. The e.l.f. powder. This is their camo powder. This got a lot of attention when it first released, but I don't hear anybody talking about it anymore. The shade range is kind of jacked. I'm gonna say that. It looks funky. So this is 280 light neutral. In what world is this light anything? It is dark. Anyways, it's mattifying and it adds coverage. I love it. I have been having the hardest time finding a powder ever since my NYX powder. It was a stay matte but not flat powder. That one, I was like, I'm not loving it anymore. I'm gonna try new options. It no longer exists, so I can't go back and try it. I have tried a handful of powders over the past year. It's been a year now. A handful. I can't remember everything that I've tried. This one has been the best, and I do like, how do I say this? It's not like I've tried 5 things and it happens to be like the best of this 5, but like I would buy something else. It's genuinely great. And I'm going to rebuy it. I haven't repurchased any of the other powders I've tried. So I'm like very excited about this. And it's relatively affordable. It's like $14, $15. I'm like, yeah, she's the one. The Fenty foundation. This one surprised me. I wear it in the shade 150. That's my shade. It's the shade. So when I first got this, I did not like it. I was like, what the hell is this? I was not a fan. It has grown on me. I repurchased my bottle and now it's the staple. If I could only wear one foundation ever, it would be this. I was recently trying the Revlon Stay Matte. The Revlon Mattifying Foundation. That one is not as mattifying as I thought it was. I bought 2 tubes of it, finished one like halfway through the other one. I'm gonna finish it. It's like good enough to finish it. I like this one way more. I just happen to be somebody who likes a drugstore foundation. I want one drugstore and I want one high-end, and I might mix some stuff in there like for shades or for formulas, because at certain points in the winter, this has been too drying. So mixing something that's a little bit more matte or a little less mattifying is what I want. And even then, I still like, I don't know what it is, but I like a high-end and a drugstore. I just need that in my life. It's truly a fantastic foundation if you like high coverage, mattifying, good shade range. Okay, eyeliner. This has been 2 years in the making, if not like 3 years in the making. My beloved Marc Jacobs eyeliner was discontinued and I needed something in its place. I have tried a bunch of stuff since then. I tried an Annabelle liner, ColourPop liner, L'Oreal. I know there's more that I'm forgetting. Oh, and even since before that, there was one by Benefit. I've tried many over the years. This is the favorite. This is the closest thing on the market to the Eyeliner. Since it doesn't exist, I can't buy it. But here's the thing. This performs equal to the Eyeliner. If that product existed today, the only reason why I would buy the Eyeliner over this is because it has the pink shade. If this had the pink shade, I would never buy the Eyeliner again. This is the best eyeliner, nude eyeliner that I've ever used, ever tried. Anytime that this runs out, I'm just going to go to Sephora, buy it. Like, there's no need to look around. This is the one. Last up is a mascara. This is the Maybelline Sky High mascara. And this is a category where there's 3 mascaras that I like. 3 favorites, and this is the only mascara that has moved into staple status in about a decade. The last one to move into staple status was L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. It was about a decade ago. Last one. I'm very picky with mascaras. There's a lot of good mascaras out there. This one basically is L'Oreal Telescopic. Same wand. That formula I find slightly better. Like, the wand is basically the same. That formula I find slightly drier. And I like it just a little bit more than this one. So what I'm trying to say is, if I was presented with 3 mascaras, they were all the same price, I would pick L'Oreal Telescopic. Life typically doesn't work that way. One's sold out, one's more expensive than the other one, one's on a sale. I have my 3 mascaras that I like. Whatever one is the best price, easily accessible, I'm going to go by that one. And that works for me. I'm like almost equally as happy to try like any of the 3. The funny thing about those 3 is that the very first mascara I ever tried was the Maybelline Define Lash. It's in a green tube. That one is like long-standing favorite. I tried it when I don't know, like 2008, 2009, 2010, something like that. 10 years ago, I would have said Define Lash, then L'Oreal Telescopic. Today, L'Oreal Telescopic, Maybelline Sky High, Maybelline Define Lash. That one was my least favorite of the 3. So it is high praise for me to put a mascara into my favorites category, as there's only ever been 2 out of all of the mascaras I've ever tried. So this is probably like the highest esteem like that I could give a product. Like, out of all the products here, this is probably, the fact that it is what it is says the most about the product. And then I think following would probably be the Fenty foundation and then the eyeliner. Yeah, there's a ton of favorites here. Like, there's a ton of staple products here, and most of them have been found in the last 5 months, which is kind of crazy. That's it for me today. Thanks so much for watching, hanging out. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your staples in the comments, and also not just like your staples, but like, what are the staples that you have found recently? Let me know. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again around here soon. Bye.